over here, and the volley bear top that you've been asking for?
Thank goodness, the volley bear is going into the correct lane. This is absolutely absurd.
It's going to be so good in this comp, into Cassante as well.
Yeah, and he is just never going to lose health.
In the early game.
Yep, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen here. Let's jump into the Rift for game number 1. Ooh. And we've got a bit of a group up.
Yeah.
D+ are making their way in. Execute just gets out of there.
Conga line invade.
And there's a lot of warning pings saying that we might have a little bit of a problem here. Oh no, Execute going to get knocked up already. Taking a fair bit of damage as Bramble Smash comes in. He is so incredibly low.
Yeah, the Aftershock really keeps him alive there. It doesn't have to flash, luckily for him, but as they are almost able to get a summoner, still will get a significant amount of information.
Yep.
Ward was placed counterwise here on the Raptor camp.
Confirmation that Kingen is going for that cool Fimbulwinter build.
Yeah.
The fact that he's got the Ferocity tree going on. As, okay, I don't know about that one, Execute. That is a long journey that you are on, my friend. And once again, he finds himself in a familiar position, and that is at 100 health.
We have seen some crazy Execute moments this season.
So she's going to need Execute to get himself together here. Doesn't actually have Hex Flash or anything like that either. As we can see, he's gone Ferocity second himself. As Kellen just looking for an angle, as may have found Willa, has to flash. Kellen is just collecting flashes here. He's the flash taxman.
Yeah, I mean, this is like not even Willer's fault, man. He's just fault.
Yeah, they might actually be able to catch aiming out as he does wander up here. And he is going to get Twisted advanced on aiming. Just going to press the cleanse button though, and now Execute. He's going to get snared, and that is first blood so comfortably for Lucid. And now Willa, nowhere to go, gets knocked up and gets taken down. That's aiming, grabbing that one, and D+, 2 swift kills.
Later on in this game.
Yep.
Going to get a decent amount of value into the composition of FearX as well as the Cassante. And with all the grasp stacks coming through as well, he's just going to be actually relevant, unlike the jungle Valley Bears. As meanwhile...
Yeah, Execute's going in once again, but now Showmaker is here to help out, and Execute is just dead. He's been picking his times, but unfortunately they've just all been wrong.
Yeah, it's just... like, you know the mid laner is not there. Like, Showmaker is missing, and that must have been communicated by Closer. I saw him back. I think that ward was placed moments ago. And now they have Sentinel up there, but not going to hard commit. And now Willer going to start this Dragon up here. Showmaker coming down. This is going to be a really tricky skirmish to win here for FearX, and actually they're just going to have to relinquish control to D+.
Yeah, it's just going to be a leash, as Willer just accepts that that one's not going to happen. He's going to take his Crow Camp, and then maybe wander over to the ever-so-dangerous Gromp. A little bit of a gank towards this top side of the map. And Kingen going to be caught farming just a little bit. Closer, can he actually find the charm is the question. Flash is available. He also has an ulti and a blast cone. And so Kingen is just going to steal the blue buff.
The thing about the trying to kill the volley bear there is that, or like when you see a volley bear proxying there, you're like,
good news for FearX, as they do have their Kalista making her way in once again. This time, Henner is level 9, so he does have the ultimate. And so Execute may not be dying this time around. Teleport to come in from the Cassante, as Kingen hasn't pulled the trigger on his just yet. Drake is a mountain, so it's a bit of a burly one, as we know.
Look at these Qs coming through. He just keeps resetting them. And Kingen got his teleport back, and he's doing damage to turret. You're on a timer here. Time's up.
He's now going to pull it, as Lucid trying to get that knock up onto Clear. Doesn't quite get that, as the quickness is massive. It is going to be the Drake locked down there by Lucid, as well as FearX are just desperately trying to get themselves out of there. Clear is limping out of the fight. He does survive, along with the rest of FearX, but that is 2 Drakes now picked up for D+, thankfully for FearX.
As good for him, but eventually he's able to stack up some of those, as Lucid does not have ult, but he wants to push this. Kingen's here still.
Yeah, Kingen to move on over. He still has the ulti up and available, and so he can turn that tower off if he would like to, but instead they're just going to let them walk away and just waste all of these minions underneath the turret. Speaking of underneath the turret, that's exactly where Closer has been most of this game. We often praise Ahri's mobility, but if you're into a Karma, just going to always be dealing with minions, just conga lining towards you over and over again.
And Viego had to play around bottom side and didn't find any success, so that duo synergy, which is tough in the Carm anyways. Oh boy.
Oh, there's a huge ulti from King, and I guess so, as he's going to be taken out. Can they get more, though, is the question, as Closer is just having a party, and it's a double, make it a triple for Henna, as D+ just go way too deep.
They seem to find a way to make some errors happen down there from time to time. Very optimistic play here from D+. If it works out, they basically just close this one out off of it, but instead they actually give Henna the opportunity to be relevant in this game for free. So
now moving over towards this dragon, like you mentioned, it is Soul Point, and that is still big.
Yeah, and Clear is staying. I mean, he might actually be able to put some serious damage on this top inner. He's going to deny a lot of CS at least.
Yeah, and gold lead actually in favor of FearX towards the end of this. Teleport to come through for Clear. As Closer just ults his way over. That is going to be the steal for Willa, and that's going to be successful. Very nicely done. As now Kellen, oh my god, Clear just finds all of them with that W, but look at D+. They just regroup, and Kingen is impossible to damage. They need to try and find a way to do damage past this volley bear.
And it looks like Showmaker just mantra shields the entire team as Clear goes on top of them and denies that damage, even though it was such a sick engage from Clear.
Obviously, it isn't the worst thing in the world.
Terminus, I mean, is ready here for Henna. They want to just try to hard force skirmishes, and I think that's absolutely what this comp wants to do, but it needs an Ahri with it.
Well, Clear could be in trouble here, as there are a lot of feathers being thrown around. A huge teleport to come in from Kingen, as he's looking to get that flank angle. Clear is going the wrong direction, so he's likely going to be taken down. The question is, can FearX get anything on the other side? Closer already pushing towards this bottom outer turret.
Yeah, he pinged instantly that he was going to just push this, but now D+ have full control over Baron. He may have to teleport in. There he goes.
Immediately he is going to teleport forward. Clear doesn't have his teleport crucially, so he won't be able to reach this fight as soon as he spawns. He's going to have to run his way over there. Willa still trying to get in there for the steal. Should still be a 50-50 as Nature's Grasp does come down. Closer looks for the angle. Showmaker gets taken down solo. The battle dance. Kellen just absolutely taking control of the fight as the Baron's going to be secured now for D+. And aiming and Kellen, they've gotten to relative safety, and it looks like Lucid will just sacrifice himself for his teammates. Henna picks up another kill, but that is a Baron on 3 members of D+. Can be said for sure is the fact that Kellen's performance so far on the Rakan has been absolutely fantastic. Certainly worth looking out for here for FearX. Try and stop some of those big engages that he has managed to find. Yeah. As D+ still looking for that angle, looking for that soul point once again. Another opportunity to collect it for themselves if they would like to.
Showmaker just playing around this choke point, trying to poke, not hitting a ton of it though.
Yeah, Clear and Execute. Execute still does have the ultimate available, so can he actually find himself the Nature's Grasp to actually win out on this fight? Ocean Drake has been started off. Q connecting with no one in particular here for Showmaker as Execute now going to find the roots. Throws them forward, and now Closer's dashing in with a Spirit Rush. That's a huge third Q to come through from Clear as Execute. Even able to get that kill, but they trade one back. The jungler taken out. That's going to mean that Soul Point goes over to D+. And now Lucid's able to protect Showmaker here as well. And Closer's going to have to run for the hill. Still Clear looking for another opportunity. Featherstorm going to be used here for aiming. As he pulls the feathers back. Henna's still alive, so they can still fight this.
Yeah, aiming.
Not going to quite find the avenue in.
He doesn't have an LDR just yet, and the tankiness of this Cassante cannot be overstated. It's really hard for him to actually front to back with Kalista when he's so low range, and this is kind of the problem that we were talking about with the draft for the Xayah, because in team fights, if Henna gets on top of you, you're going to have a big problem, and Showmaker may stop a back. Or
Closer will just find a charm.
What?
There's the Spirit Rush, and he's just dead. Okay.
Did he have a minion on the base?
How did arm guard?
Very annoying Cassante, as you can see here from aiming. Meanwhile,
yeah, got another fight here as Kellen going to be taking a fair bit of damage. He's going to be CC'd up, but it's a trade of supports. Both of them going down now as Willa turns into a Rakan, gets a decent grand entrance. As Closer tagged by the Wind Becomes Lightning. Lucid wanting that extended Audacious Charge, but doesn't go for it. The charm going to miss as well. So a 1-for-1 is all it's going to be here in the mid lane in there, and make something happen as the Baron has been started. Vision immediately picked up by FearX. They know exactly what's going on as King In moving in.
Celestial opposition broken.
Yeah, Closer off to the side. Actually a great position for this Ari to be in, currently clearing out that control ward.
Flank from Kingen might get something done here, but he's kind of alone. They can collapse onto him here. Closer's positioning so fantastic there. D+. They stop the Baron, but they don't get a win here in the fight.
Towards Willa. And that is about it. Flank angle once again. Closer still wanting to find that opportunity and should be able to get on through there. It's clear that starts up the fight though, and that's a very early Featherstorm, an opportunity now. But aiming just gonna get protected. Everyone just moving up to him. Execute tries to get in, but you can see aiming creates all the space. Showmaker not gonna be so lucky though, as Henna is gonna be able to pick up a swift double. And now Kingen just running back towards his bottom lane. And oh, no, Closer! Okay.
He's okay.
He's going to live. He's going to be all right.
They're going to get this dragon, it looks like here. Tough to contest. I mean, Lucid's not up for 35. Aiming's alive, but has no summoners, no ult. So I just don't see a world. Take that dragon, take this into a Baron fight. They've got a Sentinel on the other side. They've got clear vision around this pit. They know Lucid isn't even alive. There's just no play here for D+, with nothing for aiming. No ability to contest.
Yeah. And this Baron, no contest whatsoever. Of course, Lucid is a million miles away on the volley bear.
Yeah. The angle here for Clear once again on the flank.
All right. Nature's Grasp is going to look for the volley bear, but he runs pretty fast with that Rolling Thunder. As now Clear going to jump towards him. Ulti still up and available. And yeah, Kingen just has a health bar that just kind of comes back.
He just doesn't care.
No, he's not looking too bothered.
And Baron for one more minute. They're going to grab this turret, so all of the inners.
The members of D+.
Punishing a flank of Closer could be one way if Kellen's brave enough to look for something like that. Willer also on a bit of a flank himself.
Control TP absolutely everywhere, though. This is an interesting TP from Clear to find a flank angle as Closer dives in, but everyone is on top of him. That Zhonya's is extremely high value, and so is the Fate's Call as Henna finds it and Execute is going to execute. Featherstorm comes in for aiming, but the Blade Caller does nothing, and now the resets fly in. FearX are going to dominate the team fight, and they'll take game one.
This looked unplayable at 10 minutes here for FearX, but they did not crumble under the pressure. What a story of a resilient team that is on a massive losing streak. They will get it done in game one. Did not see this coming.
Nope.
They seized that opportunity, and then Henna was like, I surely didn't get ahead in laning phase, but I will take a triple kill if you will offer it to me for no reason bottom side. Then Closer, free to roam the map, do Ari things with vision control. D+, I think that moment is definitely what the coaches are going to be talking with them about during this break.
I would agree.
I would love to see it. Camille.
Okay.
Camille to try to shut down aiming and just saying that the Bard Varus lane should give me enough prio. You know, if you're Henna in this game, you're like, okay, Execute cannot actually throw with Bard. It's like not impossible to actually lose Flash at level 2 with this champion.
And if he has the same kind of early game, this could be really rough. But let's jump into the rift for game 2. The Aatrox, but now certainly looking a lot better.
Yeah, he's 10-4 for context.
He's been holding on to that though. You can see Willett now starting off on the bubs. See whether he does take more than just the one.
Lucid will come over here, and King does have prio, so let's see. Yeah, just gonna get his way out of here.
Yeah, I actually kind of thought that Lucid might look to try and follow Willa over, but instead, not going to.
He looked at Execute, saw he was Bard, and he was like, Execute was definitely calling, no, we win this. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, wait, you're Bard. We don't win this.
No.
That's not.
As Closer, nice little hook shot onto Kingen.
Ooh, slow comes through Execute.
Yeah, Hextech Ultimatum coming on in here, and that is going to be some space bought for them. Magical Journey. I don't know about this, because then immediately, okay, the Flash just brings him way too far out. Bramble Smash comes in. He wants to go onto the Magical Journey, but he's punched into the wall. And that is first blood going over to Willa. It's definitely possible. As Showmaker's just going to flash towards Closer. That's a cast curse for you, ladies and gentlemen, as Closer. Oh, yeah, there it is. Lucid going to be able to lock that one down. Also had the Nature's Grasp there. Kingen hasn't really been slowed down too much at all.
No, not really. Interesting journey there. This needs to get a look, you know? This is a lot of plate gold going over. Lucid's in the area. Willer is spotted here. This is very awkward for FearX.
Lucid finds it there as Vaultbreaker is going to be interrupted. That's going to bring out the Flash as now Kingen moved over. Showmaker just soaking the threaded volley as, oh dear, there's a Tempered Fate as Execute there's no way that he's making it into that tube. And he is going to be taken down. Clear was distracted by some red dots here towards his top side. I also don't think he would have really been able to help out, although he does have the ultimate.
And the difference here in what is being gained is quite large. Like, okay, Clear is also in trouble.
Yeah, this is going to be a real tough one. Does have Hextech Ultimatum, but he has no opportunity to use it, as aiming almost gets shoved back there by Closer. Probably would have just been a dead center, because she is very squishy.
And the not going to be the advantage you're looking for. He's only 10 CS up.
Oh, okay, there's a cheeky little knock-up onto Clear. As Kingen finds the second Q. Oh, Execute flashing in. Looking for the opportunity onto aiming. He's going to slink into his mist, though, and just turns it back around. I like that Execute went for it. I don't know necessarily what could have potentially happened that was positive, but...
He got the flash out of aiming. Aiming was like, I don't know, I trust these. I saw Barrel in the World Finals. He flashed, he missed. Now they do get the Dragon Cryo. Showmaker is going to clear that wave and come over here. Can they get a decisive call here on a pick is the real question.
All right, Chains of Corruption are going to connect onto Lucid here as Closer, making sure they're out of Twisted advance range. There he is, finally able to get on in and Execute. Going to be the one to go down. That magical journey was not magical enough, and Henna is just going to get ripped to shreds. I'm not sure about that one, FearX. They had a plan, but it just wasn't a successful one, and then yeah, they are going to be wiped out entirely. Showmaker able to lock down that kill as well. And there's a cease and desist as Willer is trying to make sure that Lucid cannot lock him down. Kellen.
Magical Journey.
Yeah, this is probably a dead catfish. He was sort of caught farming. Sometimes Magical Journey can be quite confusing. It takes a while for him to go down. It's a Cloud Soul.
Yeah.
This game as well, as we are on one dragon apiece.
So
still at 3,000 gold.
They find this brush. Closer can't even really get back to the turret, so I think that thing is just gone. Kingen will be able to deny the same from happening here topside. Teleport commitment.
Oh dear, okay, Tempered Fate is going to disable the turret. It's like Volibear's here in spirit, but Kingen! He just kills him! And now the turret comes back alive once again! So they do manage to move out, they manage to take him down, it's only Execute, and they'll get the turret as well.
So back in and taken out, Willer survives. Meanwhile...
Oh, okay, there's a Weaver's Wall. Showmaker not going to get shoved, and Closer really needs to hit like one or two of those. I think the fact snowballing with a center composition, and that means that we don't get to talk about that. As now Hookshot going to be interrupted somewhat here by Lucid, who's still taking a fair bit of damage, and the Hextech Ultimatum is going to be pretty good, but of course he was never getting out of that, and the tree is just too tanky.
It's just so big. I mean, Frozen Heart, I've talked about it so much this season.
Third Drake of the game, spawning at 23 minutes, just feels like
so slow.
Not that many dragons, yeah. As right, Abyssal Dive going to come through here as we've got to fight on multiple fronts. Showmaker going to have to flash to get out of the way of Closer and Henna. As now D+, they're looking to try and turn it around. It's their opportunity to engage as the snares come in. Closer taking a lot of damage. Tempered Fate onto the Aatrox, but they cannot capitalize off that at all. Flash has to be used from Henna as well as the cleanse. And D+ will not be stopped.
But Clear.
Oh. Well, the Baron is now just going to be started off here. Kingen gonna hop over, standing right on top of this ward. As D+ pretty happy for FearX to make their way over to them. Teleport is going to be invested here by Clear. This Hextech Ultimatum, if they do manage to find an angle for a fight, needs to be absolutely fantastic. As Kingen, second Q doesn't even come out here, waiting for another round. As the Baron is going to be ignored now. Oh, Closer! Yep, just caught. And the Tempered Fate does come in, so we can see the situation for a few moments as Clear not going to be able to do too much because Kellen will just devour aiming, so that Hextech Ultimatum he wanted to find is just gone. And D+ have all the answers this game.
Yeah, I mean, the follow-up there, the damage just isn't there. Lucid is blocking Henna from doing anything relevant. It's not lethality for us. He actually has to get in there and hit them.
It is just not long for the world. That'll be taken out. Will they continue to push further forward, though? As Closer and Clear, they're looking for some bounty gold. They might be able to get it, but that might be in trade for a Nexus.
Yeah, I
don't think that's really what you want, as these are going down extraordinarily quickly. Executes on a flank. He's on vision as well. And so D+ kind of know that they can keep going here.
Yeah,
There is
actually
going to walk his way out. You can see Showmaker wanting to check these flanks, find his angle. As, oh my god, the damage. That's 50% of his health bar. Okay, well, Clear now looking for his opportunity. And there's another one. As Clear, sorry, Kingen, just going to dash back over the wall, and they're going to get back to it. Now Nature's Grasp is flying towards Henna and Closer. Closer does manage to sidestep it there, but there is the first Nexus turret that's going to go down. Now Willa, cease and desist comes in, and that is at least that first kill, but Chains of Corruption somehow does not find anyone. Kingen went down relatively low, but there's the triple kill for Showmaker. Now Henna, he's trying to kite them underneath this turret, but the pushback on the Closer, the quadra kill for the Karma, and there it is, the pentakill for Showmaker's Karma.
The second of the season. This man is just popping off, and they were fish in a barrel for him. 10-0 and 4. Showboating at the end, as I think they could have ended it faster, but you know he was screaming Penta, and you know his team said, I will grant it to you. And we are going to 3. Surprising to no one.
Varus in that composition.
Exactly, he doesn't have the right items to actually have value.
He still did a lot of damage.
Yeah, but he was left on an island to shoot a catfish, and then he was dealing with Lucid with the tanky Maokai, and he wasn't able to do anything. Clear was camped, so can we really blame him? It's just D+ out macroing this team.
Yep, and team fight.
Execute on this Nico. We know how much he loves to go in. We know how successful he does at hitting the things when he decides to go in, and his flanks have been pretty good. The timing is the part we're more worried about, and we'll see if that ends up being viable for them there in the bottom lane where they...
Some big grins on the faces of D+ Kia as well, as they are 1 win away from a series victory. And keep that win streak alive. And D+, 하나, 둘, 셋!
D+, fighting! I don't know why that went long.
Furex, 하나, 둘, 셋!
Furex, fighting!
Woo! It's gonna run down and help push.
It's Udi.
Oh, it's as he does manage to get a little bit of a shove, as Willa taking a little bit of damage. The fear does come through, as now Closer actually forcing the flash out of Lucid.
That was clean.
Yeah.
Good call here from Furex.
Yeah, it looks like they're not too interested in trying to fight for this one, as Willa will be able to lock that one down. I think Lucid discovered that this was happening a little bit too late for Kingen, as Lucid moves in. Clear, not necessarily diveable in a 2v2, but maybe it's just not a 2v2. As Slice comes in, the dice going to come out, and that is going to be first blood over to Kingen, just like that. Gorgeously done. He'll take a plate for his troubles as well.
I mean, Clear doesn't even have teleport. Now he's got an Eclipse as Closer.
Yeah, there's the chain. Gonna get the flash out. Could not risk getting snared by the chains that bind. So
Oak is real.
Full information is going to come on through. The explosive charge not going to be charged whatsoever, as there is the Keeper's Verdict over the wall. Oh, there's the flash in with the heroic charge, but Henna able to cleanse and flash, and he's out. But so is the rest of his team. There is no way they're contesting for this Dragon.
We don't want to throw the game on that Herald. Oh, Arrow.
Arrow just going to connect there onto the fake Nico.
Simon against the Udyr to try to get a little bit more control bottom. Well, this means top side is all D+ that are even getting vision cleared here, and they're going to grab mid turret. And that is, as I often like to say, the really important thing with champions like LeBlanc, who will have so much more agency once this turret drops.
Yeah, anyone that just wants to try and assassinate, to abuse Fog of War, to take those vision advantages, making the map dark, generally pretty good.
If it was Tristana getting that top turret, I'd be a little bit worried for D+. But it's an Udyr, and a Tristana is in danger.
The Tristana is in a lot of danger. There is the Paranoia. That is going to be the first one of the game. As... all right, Clear finding a little bit of an angle here for the heroic charge to really separate him from his team, and now the arrow to make it so it's even more difficult for them to get in there. Not sure about the Keeper's Verdict, because I think they kind of wanted him to stay a little bit closer, as that is just going to be a fight that was sort of started and then absolutely stopped. And Lucid just standing his ground, trying to make sure that Furex cannot find an angle. Willa does have Paranoia, that's why he's the one that is given mid lane duty, as there is the Dominus. Keeper's Verdict. Let's see who it lands on there, as sent back is Closer.
Dragon secured though. Yep. D+ could just walk away.
And no more kills. So this bloodless game that they were talking about, Kellen really wanted to get that CS. Okay, Arrow going to connect here, but they are blind. That really understand. Item number 3. I think it would be all right. As okay, Paranoia is going to be onto the Renekton. Okay, but the Nico ultimate is actually going to come through the arrow. It's not the one that we really wanted there. And the Renekton almost managed to kill Nico. but he is going to go down. Now it's Clear's turn. Okay, Lucid coming on in, but Udyr runs really fast.
Willer's starting it.
Yeah, they have put a little bit of damage into it. Of course, they can tank it relatively easily with Clear. So possibly a bait. I expect the turn will come in. There was an arrow there as immediately Henna is going to throw down the cleanse. And now Paranoia comes in. The Pop Blossom only lands onto one as Lucid had soaked a lot of damage. The Heroic Charge is pretty good as Willa is going to be taken out. But Closer is now popping off in the fight. Kellen is going to go down for the second as the resets start to come in. Can Showmaker actually manage to make this one work is the question. As Kingen was trying to get the work done, but does give up on trying to kill the backline and instead tries to save Showmaker, who almost gets in there, does manage to get back out again and execute. What can you get done here? Kingen dives on in, and the Udyr is just fighting the crocodile. Oh no, don't leave it! That is not what you wanted, but the stun is still going to be there. Oh man, he is just so tanky. And Showmaker is still here. The Baron is still here. Spin. No, he's not going to because he might just kill himself as there is the slice. And the Baron is not going to kill him this time. He still had GA, so everything was all right.
Atlas
oh man, what a blow. That was just a mess. And it was just a 3 for 3. It's clear. Oh god. Showmaker finished death cap as he got back home. As arrows crisscrossing with the bullets. Very, very cute there as we've got a clash of eras here on the bottom side of the map.
Udyr is not winning anything.
All right, there's a Pop Blossom. The Fates call Pop Blossom. That was so sick. There is the Poppy going down. Paranoia comes in. Kingen has got GA Sterix. You're not going to kill him.
There's no ult for Execute on the turn. Kingen still has GA. A lot of work to do for Showmaker, though, to carry this fight.
Yeah, they are definitely not going to be able to steal this one away. So Fearex, they collect themselves the Baron. They have a 200 gold lead.
Arm guard ready. So that's going to be a way for him to go really deep.
Once again, manages to hit the Nico. Yeah, Controller goes into the pit though, so at least they do have full vision. The Drake is going to be pulled out. I love this proactivity from Fearex.
It's Callista, you're on a clock, D+.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're going to have to really find some way of engaging. There's the arrow. It's going to interrupt the Pop Blossom, but it manages to land into the Renekton into the back line anyway. He's got a GA, remember, but Lucid, he's on the Dragon, and they are just not going to be able to get in there. The Tristana also falls down. The Flash Heroic Charge is fantastic, but the cleanse is there from Henna, but he is eaten by a Dragon from above. And D+, they just take it all. The burn comes on through and Execute. Okay, not going to die just there. That was very close to him just burning down.
I cannot believe
is this
that Kellen found the real Nico and won the game.
And in the perfect time as well. The bamboozlement, the bamboozler herself was then ultimately bamboozled.
I cannot believe the Ash Arrow just ruins the day for Fearex, and that is all it takes. D+ are going to win the series.
They are. Execute's going to go golden, but he is then going to die. And with Elder and with all of this, it is going to be aiming, just grabbing all of these kills. Nexus turret's going to go down now with 280 carries and a LeBlanc. This is not going to take very long at all. And as we crest the 40-minute mark, D+ Kia will pick up the 2-1 victory over Fearex in what was one of the stranger games.
Sana alone isn't going to be able to get it done with an Udyr frontline. Kingen, fantastic laning phase.
There was nerves. Something was stopping them from wanting to be the ones to make the mistake.
Well, they were hoping for a clean 2-0 here with no real opposition. It was a tougher series to win, I think, than they came into today thinking it was going to be. So not a win they want to celebrate too hard. But I think some good plays overall, especially from our solo laners here for D+.
Yep, shoutouts to Kingen doing the most damage in the game as a Renekton with a Tristana and a Callista and things like this. That is no mean feat.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the PUG interview translation. Today joined by Showmaker and the birthday boy Kingen after their victory, and they also secured a spot at the playoffs. How do you feel? Yeah, I mean, feels great to be already having a spot over at playoffs regardless of the remaining schedule. And also happy with the winning streak too. Exactly the same. Happy that we are continuing the winning streak and also happy that we are already at playoffs. Showmaker, the featured matchup of the series was the mid lane, you versus Closer, and both mid laners were winning POGs game by game. What did you focus on when it comes to the mid lane matchup? Well, Closer is definitely one of the aggressive player in terms of the gameplay, so I try to kind of stay alert of his play style when playing out the laning phase. Fun fact about your Karma. Karma has become one of your favorite picks this season, but it was actually the first time you actually won a POG on Karma. Well, to be honest, Game 1 Karma was not the best level. I don't think the Mantra Qs were landing right. But Game 2 Karma was way better. My skill shots were cleaner. So, yeah, I had a really good game in Game 2. And in that game, you ended up getting a pentakill as well. 10-0 and 4. And your 4th pentakill in your career. Never in my life I have imagined that I would actually get a penta on Karma, but somehow I got really lucky to pick up all the kills. And Kingen, we saw Camille locked in as a counter into Aatrox. What did you focus on when it comes to the laning phase? I can say Camille does have the edge in the later phase of the game, so I wanted to make sure that I get to win a lot early on in the game. And I got a lot of help from my teammates as well, so I was able to be in a really good spot. In Game 3, you picked LeBlanc as Karma was banned. What are the strengths of LeBlanc in this meta? She has great tools to survive. And also, I just didn't want to play passive pick into Fear X's comp. So with those combined, LeBlanc can kind of pull off a lot of plays. She can survive and also she can be really proactive. And Kingen, we did not have any skirmish happen up until 27 minutes into the game in Game 3. Well, we had a very strong lane picks for the bottom lane, and then Fearx also answered back with a very strong lane picks on the bottom lane too. So it's either go really, quiet or go really crazy. So as a Renekton, I just wanted to make sure that I can be the X factor of the comp. So after a very long game, you guys were able to get the soul and also get the Elder. When was the moment that you guys were confident that you'll close out the game with a win? When I saw the Elder message showing up that Poppy secured it, I was like, yeah, we won it. But we were not sure whether we can actually end there. But after we got a kill on Tristana, and then we were shouting bottom, 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 I was finally relieved that we will be able to end the game. Well, I was just dancing with Udyr, and then lights are out, and then I was just yelling in chaos, and then somehow our team got the Elder. So my team is the best, and yeah, after that we were able to win out the game smoothly. And Kingen, happy birthday! Did you get any birthday wishes from your teammates? Not really. I think they saved up to give you a birthday wish at this interview on stage, right? Yes, of course. And the sign said, I'm Showmaker, and I'm gonna sing to celebrate Kingen's birthday. And that's a message from the fan, right? You cannot ignore that. I will find you. I will find who you are. who made that fan sign. Anything you wanna say for Kingen?
생일 축하합니다.
And a cute birthday song for Kingen from Showmaker. Thank you so much, Showmaker. I'm so happy. And with this birthday song buff, I think I will perform way better next time. Now that DK secured a spot at playoffs, now it's all about, improving the performance up until the playoffs. And next week, you guys are going up against T1 and Gen G. I can say for sure that it's a very, very tough schedule for us, and I'm not happy with how we performed today. So I hope we can improve our performance as much as we can over the course of the given time. I feel the same, you know. I think the remainder of the round 2 schedule will be the final practice to be on the best form heading into the playoffs. I really wish that we can do our best in the upcoming schedules. And this will be the end of the interview from Showmaker Kingen, and back to the space. Thank you.